You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. Not a bad place to spend the new year. Boca Raton, Florida, which is turning into one of the great college basketball towns in America. Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena, always sold out. FAU, a talented enough team to maybe challenge for the top of the American. And Joe Lindsay, Byron Jarrett, and Alandis Poole, our officials, are underway. Memphis, the toughest strength of schedule in the country, begins with the ball and begins with a bucket. They've got one of the best backcourts in the country, and that was Tyrese Hunter, the senior from Racine, Wisconsin, with the opening bucket. Here's the starters for FAU, which will go 9 deep and play 3 off the bench quite a bit. The starting 5, Walker, Tandy, and Evans, experienced guards, Miller, quadrants. They really challenge themselves in the non-conference. Hunter's miss ends up back in the hands of Hunter, who found Haggerty, couldn't convert. Haggerty will again, and just a dogged possession on the glass. Memphis for the 10-3 Tigers. Jourdain, cutter inside as Haggerty, he's fouled. PJ Haggerty, who leads the nation.
Good start for Memphis.
And PJ Haggerty makes his top 7 in the country, points, free throws, and minutes per game, playing nearly fits.
And that's really what Cisse brings to the table. He's a rim protector, does a good job kind of staying by the rim, doesn't get taken out of the play.
Here's a 3. It goes down. Haggerty with a kick. Hunter with a triple. Tyrese Hunter's got this go at the Chase Center. They won at UNLV. I mean, they have as good a group of wins as anybody in the country. Inside, there's a bucket. Baba Miller, the first points for FAU, is Nicolo Moretti off the bench with the assist, the Illinois transfer.
You know, Kevin, it's less about the wins, and to me, it's more about the fact that they played that schedule. That's a grind to start the season, especially when you're assembling all new pieces outside of Nick Jourdain.
Miller with a rejection on Hunter, stays with Memphis, and Haggerty, a much improved three-point shooter who gets the friendly bounce. Rogers 3. Off the mark, there's Danger, who's an elite offensive rebounder as well, and Rogers all alone has his shot goaltended in by Baba Miller.
I was just going to say different. Is that fair enough?
Sure.
They look different, Kevin.
It's good different. Everything's good for Memphis right now, which is off to a relentless lead, out-rebounding FAU 10-0.
With the responsibility of having the ball in his hands and having to do a lot with it.
He has won a lot. Iowa State, Texas. Here's Trent Carroll for 3, no good. There's the first rebound of the game for FAU. Baba Miller, and leads to a bucket for Carroll.
First bucket, first rebound. I mean,
Rogers into Danger, working against Carroll. Such a skilled big man, Dane Danger, and his left-handed miss is rebounded and saved in. So Memphis 7 for 7 offensive rebounds, and a 3 for Hunter is good. Memphis has now scored on every possession and leads 17-4. Walker fouled on the drive, and Leland Walker will get to the line. That 4-point shot, 2 of 9 in the win last Saturday over home. 1,346 career points.
Davis, DeAndre Williams, who was just a terrific teammate. That was a, quote, team, and that team lost to this group, FAU. Starting to wake up.
Caleb Glenn, who is their leading scorer, coming off the bench, 13.3. A similar complement of minutes. Danger rolls it inside for Hunter. Hunter whips it across the way. PJ Carter with a 3.
Wow. Wow. What a find. What a find.
Moretti's on the deck. Memphis always looking to push. Harris gives it back to Haggerty. His 3 won't go. Rebounded Trey Carroll. FAU's first defensive rebound of the game. Carroll will try to play a little Memphis ball, and he'll get to the line for 2.
You know, Kevin, that's FAU just needs to get stops.
This Saturday at SC, Oklahoma's 1. The others are Florida, which visits Kentucky at 11.
That strong this year. I just hope it doesn't turn out that we talk about them all year and then they struggle in the postseason.
Moretti's miss, grabbed by Ken Evans Jr. And the birthday boy turning 24 today with his first bucket.
A lot more 24-year-olds in college basketball than there used to be. It's no longer old.
6-year player, Jackson State. Deflected by Carroll. Okoji gets it to Carter. In the corner, Hunter. Yes, sir.
They are moving it, Kev. This is, I gotta say, this has to be one of the most selfless, really serve one another Memphis teams that I've seen in recent years. It's hard. Penny's had to get stars, but it's been hard to get them to play together. But again, FAU starting to wake up here. Match the intensity, right? You have to match that aggressiveness, getting after loose balls if you're FAU trying to fight back in this game, which, by the way, they're not far off.
Jordan got stuffed at the rim and a foul is called. Carroll came over from the line to start this year. 81%.
Crazy pace on the game and put him down low. He's shown the ability to do that, not just at Temple, but here at Memphis.
Voikatitis stripped. He's looking for a foul.
He and Cisse are really getting after it. Keep your eyes peeled.
That Voikatitis poked it away from him. Look at this. Down the floor it goes, and Glenn is fouled on a dunk attempt.
Built like a pillow and try to ramp him up. He also got depth at that position. What happens if you get two on Cisse, who's starting to battle back? Just watch it. Keep an eye on those two, man.
Last foul was on Hunter. Good to see him back on the floor after nursing a tender shoulder. Haggerty splits two defenders, and Voikatitis stepped out there to try to contest the shot.
With the bigs in practice and shoot around, he was down there.
AT&T Stadium in Dallas Friday, both at 7:30 Eastern. We say third school, fourth stop.
Yes.
Cisse up top, the feed from Haggerty, and the big man was left alone.
We gotta have the feel to know this is a guy we can get out of the game and it completely changes the entire way we play.
Evans with a steal, got bumped by Hunter, ball still in play. Here's Bob Miller. Turnover for a touchdown for the Owls. The week in the conference, monster game against his last school, Ole Miss. Fumbled by Jordan, another takeaway for FAU. Evans kicks it out for three. It's good for Tandy. In his time, and he and his family have really begun to embrace a community that's kind of exploded in the basketball world the last 2 years.
I think for a lot of us, it was sad to see Dusty May go, but absolutely respect the job he did here and wish him nothing but the best. He did a terrific job at Michigan. Absolute joy to watch that team right now. But this is a special job, and I think that's what Coach Jake has felt was this is a great opportunity, and also what he's doing are boundings early. I mean, that's a smack in the face. They've responded well.
It's now 16-9, so they've neutralized that some as Danger steals the inbounds. Memphis takes it right back. FAU takes it right back. Bob Miller on the drive and finish. A 9-2 spurt for the Owls. They're back within 6. Haggerty makes it 8.
PJ Haggerty, he's just a bucket getter. I mean, that pull-up jumper, that's going to be there, particularly when he gets a smaller guard on. That's a big basket.
Leland walked along 2. That is way short. Rebounded by Carroll, who floats it over Danger. Trey Carroll with 5 off the
advantage at the 4 spot. And if he can attack Nick Jourdain when he's on the floor, great. But if Nick Jourdain's not on the floor, Carroll's going to have an advantage. Space with Miller and use him.
Carroll will stay in for the moment with 2 fouls. Haggerty just bullies his way in. He's got 13. Miller, huge height advantage, about 10 inches on Hunter. They couldn't get it to him. The steal for Harris, running the floor. And the delivery from Rogers, that will be goaltended. Miller's second of the day. Colby Rogers has his second bucket, and the lead's back to 10.
Over.
I do, Coach. Kevin and I were just saying the same thing. You take some of these turnovers away, it's a 15-point game. But in a way, the turnovers almost create the chaos. Bob Miller gets a basket and doing it. Where both teams start to do it, right? 17 combined turnovers right now. If anybody, FAU doesn't want to fall into that because all of a sudden Memphis will be up 20 before you know it.
Hunter pull up 3. That's his 4th of the game. Tyrese Hunter's got 14.
I have grown to love the chaos at Memphis. And I think that it's got to be the right group of guys that do it. Right? It can't just be helter-skelter, selfish kind of grind. They haven't done that.
1-1 for Nico already on the foul by Harris. He rolled
His team even more dangerous.
Cisse's back on the floor for Danger. Miller's had a terrific first half. Point of entry got cut off, still managed to rim it out. And the offensive rebound falls for Caleb Bland.
That was really Kentucky.
15 misses.
6 hours if I was driving.
Thankfully, you're not. 7:59 with me. It's brutally efficient. Harris. Cisse. No, missed a layup and a late whistle for a foul. That'll be the 6th in the half. Cisse started his career at Memphis in a roundabout way. He's going to end it there. Oklahoma State for a couple of years, then Mississippi.
Walker had bad angles, so that's a better one.
Walker's got 5 turnovers in this first half. Moretti's there at the end of the shot clock. Has to hoist a rainbow. And it's grabbed by Miller. FAU can hold for the last shot or take a 3 from Moretti that misses. Cisse gets rid of it to Rogers, whose heave will be short. And that ends the first half that was controlled by the boys in black and blue. Memphis did not trail, led by as many as 13. And the Tigers begin the second half with the ball, up 42-32. American Conference opener for both teams. Penny Hardaway 5-1 in American openers as Memphis head coach. PJ Haggerty, first half 13 points and 4 turnovers. Haggerty draws a contact from
Roland and eventually occupied a backside defender, as well as Trey Carroll had to drop. You get a defender on your back if that's how they're going to cover the ball screen. It's a good way to play it.
Last season, PJ Haggerty was second to only Zach Edey in free throw attempts in the country. This year, he's second in attempts, first in makes, and he's 5 for 5 there today. Tandy splits 2. Tandy finishes over Cisse. Second basket.
A nice little slip on the screen. Memphis is doing good things offensively.
Trey Carroll starting the second half on the floor for FAU, and then Hunter blows by him. Tyrese Hunter sharing Haggerty.
Who's running down the floor? It's amazing.
Memphis has turned it over a dozen times. FAU's +4 in that category. Spin by Walker and Cisse. Not fooled. Rejection.
He's always done well in terms of protecting the rim, but where he's gotten better is just kind of gathering himself and timing his jump. And when you do that, you avoid fouls a lot. He's gotten better at that. Titus has the ability, though, to kind of coax him into some physicality.
Trying to do so there. Rejected by Jourdain. Shot clock didn't reset. Goes into Cisse. Draws the foul smartly and finishes.
He picks up one on a ball screen, or a screen, I should say.
13. Very productive player.
That's the Zach Edey stat before he started playing 30 minutes his senior year.
Titus fighting with Cisse here, and this time the big man finishes for Memphis. But that was a very animated version of Penny. You don't always see toward one of his players in game. Titus against Danger, and another 3-point opportunity. Drawing the 3rd foul against Danger. Kentucky under Mark Pope. This year, his first year, John Calipari, of course, usually come to a program, you get 2-3 years to build it up. Can't do that anymore. The rosters have changed wholesale every year.
It's like a European professional team.
Rolled into Miller, got a little tug of the jersey there. Into Titus. There's a foul. It's a biggie. That's number 4 on Danger.
Help, but if you've got 3 fouls, you cannot be out of position when you're out of position. 4 fouls.
Well, he's going to stay in for the moment because Cisse got to the scorer's table late. Go 2 bigs with Danger and Cisse. This is interesting. All right. So Danger will stay in there with the 4 fouls, get the ball from Cisse, kick it to the corner for a 3 from Carter. It's brilliant madness for Memphis.
I mean, how about first time with Danger has 4 fouls and you're doing it?
Ready, jumper no go. Offensive rebound for Glenn. He's fouled on the way up.
You do have to understand how they play, how they scramble. You're not in position to rebound, so the opportunities are going to be there for guards to go get rebounds on the offensive end.
2 missed free throws by Glenn, 69% shooter, FAU's leading scorer. Haggerty weasels his way in, and P.J. Haggerty's got 18 for Memphis at 14. Danger calling for a clear out for Cisse. He'll take the ball instead. Another kick for the corner. It's Carter missing. Danger rebounding. Danger with a right hand finish.
Together, that's not the issue. It's can they avoid fouling?
Haggerty shoves it up on the rim through contact. And a foul's called against Ken Evans Jr. It's his second.
We'll say, I mean, you and I have covered a lot of enthusiasm that you can't fake. And I feel like they haven't.
Very highly regarded as an assistant at Duke. Spent the last couple of years at Louisville. Cisse flips it out to Haggerty.
Well, I think Walker was looking for contact, drawing fouls, but I really do. I think Penny's learned, like I don't do well with just having superstars. I need guys who want to compete. It's a lot easier to like each other.
Hunter's second assist. Danger can't convert. Scoring drought of about 4 minutes for FAU. 10-0 Memphis run and a game high lead. Evans over the top of Danger to finish and end that 10-0 run.
It's a pretty finish. You know, I like where you're driving at Danger. You're reading the defender. Am I going to take it into the chest or shoot the floater? Danger held back. That's a tough shot.
Hunter slips it through for Danger again. Left hand dribble against Carroll, and Danger floats it in. FAU's 3 for 22 from 3. Hunter inside Cisse, and Miller scoops it away. I don't know if that was a block or just a scoop swat. Tandy with a finish. Kiki Tandy for 2. Tight ends as well. I don't think I've seen these 3 on the floor together for Memphis at the same time this year. This ought to be fun.
Expect the unexpected, Kevin.
It's 12-4 Memphis since Danger's 4th foul, by the way. Now 12-6, Baba Miller first into double figure. Hardaway's doghouse, seemingly.
Yeah.
15-point lead. Maybe a good time to experiment a little for Penny. He usually plays 3 or 4 guards. Danger, no, and the tip is there. Went right back over the top off his over. Nick Jordan is back on the bench. Hunter returns. Jordan played 44 seconds, so went right back to the bench. Miller trying to dribble it through Cisse. The takeaway for Danger. Big man running the floor. Off the
Play verticality. What plays at the rim? They're more fun anyway.
So this is the most animated they've been in the half, and
like, is it like a coupon for a coffee or a donut, or is it like a $5 gift card?
I think it was just a gift card. Do what you want with it. Evans down the lane, and there's Carroll with a one-hand.
Danger's been effective. He's playing with a bounce. I like keeping him in at this point. You know, you got Cisse in to finish it off.
Why not?
There it is.
Left hand finish. Danger's got a dozen points. Then he's going to take it down the floor again. Danger with a delivery, and then it's thrown away on the other side by Harris. Tandy going 1-on-3. Didn't work. Glenn will get fouled.
Taking care of the basketball, and Danger's been good with 4 fouls.
Don't forget about our saw and #1 Tennessee at 1 Eastern. Those games on ESPN and the ESPN app.
See, I think what gives Memphis such an edge is that they have so many playmakers. And I feel like that's kind of the era we're in. It's the playmaking era. You can do that. You can win basketball games. That's
in the next game. Another really good, really tough SEC team.
I just think this has to be one of Penny's teams where you go, guys, do you understand how good we are and how good we can be? And there he is. Kind of, in a way, respect. He went right underneath the hoop.
FAU 17 offensive rebounds, which is
Good at
not kept him in the game at this point, but kept him around for a while. There's Glenn with a 3.
Oh, it was good baseline runner action. 2 guys screened Nick Jordan. He tried to get over the top, was just late. Has not been a lot of those opportunities for FAU.
23 points for Memphis was the largest deficit FAU's faced this year. It's now 22. The best team in the country, most athletic team in the country. And then you've seen games where you go, what the heck was that? And they lost a couple of years ago by 40 at Tulsa as Jordan is fouled.
Yeah.
So Penny Hardaway's peaks and valleys have probably had about as wide a gap. When this team does it, toughest schedule in the nation.
Yep.
You have a hard non-conference. You get into conference play. Is there going to be a let?
But this is a group that understands it's got to be we first, then me, right? That they seem to find the balance much better.
Penny Hardaway quoted Larry Brown, who coached him in the NBA and then was an assistant here, as Danger finishes again. He's got 16.
About who your guys are.
25, a game-high lead for Memphis. Step back, Rogers. Oh, that is pure. Man, that is pure in the first 3 of the game for Colby Rogers. Memphis by since about 12 and a half minutes ago in the half. What an awesome
How many minutes did he play with 4 fouls?
More than 10.
That's wild. And the thing is, he was better when he had
16 of his points after he collected the.
If I'm asking, I clearly don't have an answer for it. Like, now felt like they needed to compete against one another. And at one point, Penny had them roomed together, and they became best friends. And that's important. There's always going to be that balance, right? It's got to be competitive. Sometimes the best motivator in sports is competition.
Game, fantastic matchup coming up after this.
Good, or what the potential of FAU is, given
how long can the break be? Gotta go to class, come on. Walker missed 3. FAU's challenged themselves too. Good win over Liberty. Yep. Liberty's only loss of the year. FAU beat them in Charleston, beat Oklahoma. Dial. This was not their night. Behind Memphis right now for those top couple of positions.
I think UAB leaving the door open makes it tough. 7-7 record at the time, or at this moment. The potential's there, but they just have not been able to really find consistency. And North Texas put it together, made a nice little run late. It's a big win.
18 down the other night last year.
And it seems as if Memphis will be a team that will be, they've proven that they can play with and beat anybody. They need to increase their margin. Simple things like margin of victory. 4 points on paper right now. They need to learn how to really close the door and blow some teams out. This is a good start.
Tandy on the drive. Tandy rejected by Cisse, but a goaltend. And there we get 3 home games in the next 5, and then the road trips Temple and a Charlotte team that will down to start the year. 3 for Walker. Just the 5th made 3 in the game. Tonight has just 1 and 6 turnovers. Rogers driving. His release is just absolutely amazing to watch. But they're not all jump shooters, you're saying.
I'm going to done clarifying myself.
You got 2 minutes left to clarify yourself. Stripped and stolen by Colby Rogers. Here he comes again, and Rogers will lay it in. And just like that, Rogers is Texas-Oklahoma women's basketball right now on ESPN News. We'll get you there in a minute 10. Harris, the freshman, drives it. Rogers back for Jared Harris for 3.
Pretty country. I think they can compete against everybody. But then you look at the success they had with Dane Danger, and Musa Cisse's been effective. Nick Jourdain tough, even though he's in the doghouse.
There's some icing on a 90-point cake for Memphis. Cisse with 7 and 11, a couple of blocks, another nice all-around game for him. And Walker will just dribble it out for FAU. And the Memphis Tigers, the toughest non-conference schedule in Division I men's basketball this year. They begin conference play at the absolute peak of their powers. 90-62 with a trio of standouts, Haggerty, Hunter, and Danger.